All right, I'm on hole number 10 of the 2020 Winter Major. I'm in the weekend round of the rookie division. Didn't have anything spectacular happen on the front. Didn't I had a bunch of spectacular things happen. It's one of those things. If you can't be good, be lucky on a couple holes. My device shut down on hole number 7. Right when I was taking the shot into the cup, I had to turn it back on. I had to swipe the screen, put in my pattern, get on there. It shut the video down. Then I was in a timeout thing on the course and came on, and I only had a half a shot clock. And then I hit a great to the left, and I ended up putting it in the cup. And it was like, oh my gosh, my heart's still like beating. I uploaded those videos and I played on my phone to play my practice account to get it done because time is of an essence. I still have my 99 account to play, but I feel absolutely. I shot the minimum score that I'm looking for on the front nine, which is minus 13. I picked up 3 and I picked up 7. Those are my goals. 3 and 7 are my goals. I want to give myself an opportunity to pick up 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, and 9. And in my practice account, I've picked up the eagle on 1. I picked up over the week, I've picked up the eagle on 1. I've picked up the hole in 1 on 2. I've picked up the hole in 1 on 4. I've picked up the eagle on 5. I've picked up the Albie on 6. In my odd account, on the very last hole in its weekend round, I picked up the Albie on 9. I've picked up all these holes. I have confidence in my numbers. I feel real good about where my numbers are at on all of those holes. So my goal is to set myself up and put myself in the right position to try and pick up those shots. But this all boils down to I have to pick up the eagle on 12 and I have to pick up the eagle on 7 or 16 if I want any shot at a win. My goal is to come in with a minimum minus 26 and build from there, pick up one shot on each side and look at a minus 28 as my absolute minimum score. And I did what I needed to do on the front, but I did not pick up a shot. So I put some pressure on myself here in the back nine. I need to do the back nine like I did the front nine in my opening round. I need to shoot this minus 15 in order to get myself back on the 28 track. I really believe that to win this bracket, it's going to be between a 28 and a 30, and I need to pick up the 30. So every single hole I need to pick up a shot. So let's go. Let's go. It timed out. Hold on. All right. Here we go. Hole number 1. 4.5. Top spin, extra mile. Take my number 1 bag. In my practice account, I've put it in the Kings of Golf 3. We started a new clan because our Kings of Golf and Kings of Golf 2 are full. So we started a new clan, so we've only got 1 bag, so you really got to pay attention to what's going on. Any of those will work, and I'm going to bring a Kingmaker. All right, here we go. See if we can get let's open up one of those chests. Always looking for common cards to keep replenishing the ones that are being used in the Prism chest. There was like 27 cards right there, 27 commons. Which commons am I looking for? Don't care. I just need to replenish 300 a day. If you're playing about Tour 6, if you're looking at probably 30, maybe just a little bit more than 30 every time you open up a silver chest. So, if you're in the 30 range, you're going to have to open up 10 chests a day. If you're a 66% player, that's about 15 holes, so about an hour and a half of playtime a day. Nice and easy. A 4.5. Some side spin. Get it back in the middle of the fairway. Hey, get over there. 4.5. 8. Damn it. 3-3. It's a little over a ring and a half. Just a little bit of curl just to bring it back to the center of the fairway. Hit it 1 ring great to the left. Just floating it out there. Stop. Stop, damn you. All right, let's just take some deep breaths and play here. I don't know if it's eating or if I drank too much coffee today or what the deal is. I'll tell you, I this is a major. I have if I can play a really solid back nine here, I've got a shot. I mean, we have a shot here. So 3 tournaments ago, I won the tournament. 2 tournaments ago, I came in second. The last tournament, I had stuff going on, and I didn't even make the weekend round. It was a combination. I was playing bad, and I'm not sure if it was just I was playing bad. I had so much lag on my device that I couldn't hardly even play. It was like this at the beginning of this tournament as well. I just had so much lag that I couldn't hardly even play. And this disappearing, appearing ball guide is starting to go right at it. It's 1.75 per ring. So 1.75, that leaves me, that's 5. It's about a third. Just a titch over a third. I'm going to hit it nice and easy. Hitting it perfect. Give myself a look. Get in the hole. That's the graphic. Oh, and you know, I don't know what the deal is on that hole. It's been doing that all. It's been coming up short. It was not playing that way at the beginning of the week. But now all of a sudden it's coming up a little short. That was right dead center at it where the ball guide's appearing and disappearing, appearing and disappearing. And I put more backspin on it that time so that I could actually get up and start off on the fringe instead of coming out and bleeding it up from the fairway. And I'm not exactly sure what the heck's going on that hole. It's playing different than it did at the beginning of the week. All right, goal is to get up there, give yourself a shot. I gave myself a shot. But I did not end up in the cup, and it was right dead center. I tell you, that shot right there with that adjustment, it's and I have hit the eagle on this several times this week in my 99 account and in this account, but not in the weekend round. Just need to relax, take in deep breaths, and just go out there and try and have some fun. It's a draw. I will forfeit. I'm not going to fall for this old trick. All right, let's go to hole number 11. Hole number 2. I'm thinking of it as hole number 2 because until they come out with an 18-hole course, it's basically hole number 2. Yes, it's hole number 11. They have enough people playing now that instead of building new courses, they should be building back nines for some of these so that in the majors, the only time we get to play those back nine is in the majors. All right. I'm taking a Grizzly, a Kingmaker. Got that picked already. And what do I have? Let me look in my bag here real quick because I think I have a Grizzly, a Kingmaker, and I'm doing a 30% wind adjustment. What am I doing? I'm looking for balls here. I'm looking for this vintage ball, I think. Do I have any vintage balls in here? I do. Those are 3 power. I'm not. I better just stick with the Kingmaker. I better just stick with what I've been doing all week. I'm doing a 30% wind adjustment at 1 per ring. So I'm doing a max ring adjustment, 1 per ring. Max wind adjustment, and I'm adding on 30% to the wind. And I know that that's different than the numbers you're seeing floating around. That may be different than yours, but I've hit 3 or 4 hole-in-ones on this week. So these numbers are working for me. Just trying to dial it right up to the cup. 30% wind adjustment. I'm a little off. 30% wind adjustment, that's 2.6. 100%, there's about 2.6. Need to hit this perfect. Hitting it perfect. Get in the hole. Come on. Oh. And see, in that situation right there, the way the wind was blowing, I should have did a 40% wind adjustment. Or I should have started off on the left-hand side of the cup. It seems like that today it's been everything's just a little teeny bit. I don't know if they've slightly changed the wind direction or what the deal is, but it is definitely playing different today than it's played all week on some of these holes. And on hole number 9, I had to scramble on hole number 9. I actually ended up in the rough on the drive and got up there as far as I could. I was able to bounce over and get as far as I could up there with my rapier and was able, or my Nirvana, and was able to get the chip in and get back on track and scramble to get my eagle. It was one of those 2 bad shots and a great shot still get you eagle type of deal. And the wind was the lowest I've seen it all week. And I saw that, but then I turned around and I didn't allow for it. So the winds are a little different today, but it does seem like it's playing a little different today. Some of the shots that I've done today that I've hit perfect into the cup, I've been making those shots during the week in the opening round and the qualifying round. And today they're just off just a little. In the hole. Need to pick up a shot though. Got a big test here coming up though. Hole number 3. Hole number 3 and hole number 7, you got to get an eagle. You got to get an eagle. If I want any shot at all, I mean, really my tournament is going to depend on this next hole. And it was the same thing on the front. Hole number 3 and hole number 7, those determine where you're, whether you've got a shot or you don't have a shot. Good luck in the tournament. All right, here we go. Let's go check out hole number 3. Starting to dig our way out of the cellar. Let's get a visual. Taking my number 1 bag. Extra mile. And a rose ball. I want my secondary club to be a big dog. It's either going to come down to extra mile and big dog, or it's going to go down to extra mile, big dog, and rapier. If it's anything other than that, I have epic failed. So it's all about, this is absolutely positively one shot at a time. And this drive shot, every single one of these shots are absolutely critical, and none of them are give me's. There's no layups here. It's either you achieve what you wanted on that shot, or you're smoked. I've already picked my ball. All right, I want to get right into that area right there. It's 3-4. There's 3-2 or 3. It's just a little over a ring and a half. I mean, just like a little curl, just a little teeny bit of overpower. Oh, and I hit it 1 ring great to the right. I am effed. It's going to land in the sand right there. Oh my God. And I ended up in the rough, but that's still bad. Oh, that was the whole round right there. Everything else, I mean, I can still, there's no recovering. That was the round right there. I still have an opportunity. You can't lose faith when you're on this. You can scramble and get up there, but that is a epic fail. Epic, because this green is absolutely tough to come at from distance. I mean, this is not good. So the goal here is not to make a bad situation worse, at least give myself a shot coming into the cup. And so it's very important that I end up in the fairway. That great to the right there just killed me. Killed me. And it's better than being in the sand, but not much. Which way do I want to come at this? Come at it from down here. Leave the wind in. The wind's going to push me forward that far. I'm going to be about 2 rings off. I want to give myself some separation with my wedge, or with this. I think that might be just a titch too much topspin. 4. Take out 4 miles per hour. I don't want to overshoot and end up in the rough on the other side. Hit it 1 ring great to the right. And give myself the best opportunity I can to get on from here. This shot's all about, and it's going to be a very tough adjustment coming into the cup. Very tough. I think the wind adjustments from the other side, they were using a negative number, but I think from over here it's a little bit different. Hopefully I'm in my short iron range. It's going to give me a good shot if I'm in my maximum short iron. It looks like it's probably going to be somewhere around max short iron. And that'll be 1.1 per ring. If I'm in my long iron, it's going to be at minimum club, and that'll be 1.75. And there is a little bit of an elevation difference here. I am in Grizzly. Where am I at in my Grizzly? Right at minimum club. So it's 1.75 per ring. Let me give myself enough room that I can adjust out the wind. $1.75 per ring. There's 1.75. It's about 1 3/4 rings. Okay, it's going to be super important to hit this perfect. Hit it 1 ring great to the left. And it went 1 ring great to the left. It was right there. Oh, should have let it settle down a little bit, but I've been catching perfects on that second time by, just snapping it off. And I rolled the dice. I was thinking to myself, let it go by 5 or 6 times. Let's settle down. Let's take some deep breaths. And I thought, nope, it looks good, and let it go. And 1 ring great to the left. Oh, dropping a shot on the back, that's putting me on a 25 track, and that's not going to, that'll be hard to get into the top 5. So now I've really put pressure on myself on some of these other holes. I'm going to have to what I have to do now is I have to pick up something on a hole to get me back on track so that you can feel like you got a shot. And then that's a shot that was a winning shot that I now have to use to recover to try and get me back in the game. And then you have to shoot another shot in order to get back on a winning track. So now I've basically put myself 2 strokes down by dropping this 1 shot. And it ain't over yet. I still got work to do. Hitting it perfect. All right, that was a drop that that absolutely killed me. If I can't pick something up here in the next hole or two to get me back on track, I'm running out of holes. So it's not, you can't recover from that, but you can get back on track. And then now you're using that shot, and that's not how you win tournaments. So that right there, that hole right there, potentially cost me the tournament unless I can absolutely get pissed off and get on fire. And I am absolutely raging pissed off right now. So I'm going to get up, walk around, and I'm going to piss myself off even more. And I'm going to pause this. And when I come back, I'm either going to light it on fire or I'm going to really lose, because that is unacceptable. That is absolutely unacceptable. That is part of the minimum score, and not picking up that shot right there is not going to get me anywhere near where I need to be. So I didn't pick up. I shot the score that I needed on the front, but I needed to pick up a shot. You need to shoot the minimum score of minus 13, and then you need to pick up a shot. And I didn't pick up that shot on the front, so I put pressure on myself on the back, and then I just dropped one of the shots that's the minimum score on the back. So now that shot put me 2 strokes down, and not picking up the one on the front put me 3 strokes down. So I have got to light it up on these next 6 holes, and one of them, hole number 7, is a hole that we're just trying to scramble to get the eagle. You have to get that eagle. That's part of the minimum. So I've got 5 holes, and I need to pick up all 5 of them. And it is possible. It is possible to pick them up. Pick up 4, pick up 5, pick up 6, pick up 7. It is possible to pick those up. And so I'm gonna step back for a second, and I'm gonna go. I am absolutely raging pissed off right now. I'll be right back. All right. I called Dale Appleby, and me and him were talking for a bit, and going over some of the holes, and just calm down a little. I need to bust out a killer back 9 here. So here's where we're at. I'm taking a grizzly and a turkey ball. I hit a bunch of shots perfect on the front 9 coming into these holes, making adjustments that have been sinking the shots all week, and everything seems to be just a little off the cup. So I need to fire it off. I need to pick up a shot on every single hole for the rest of this round. Grizzly, turkey, I'm doing a 30% wind adjustment at 1 per ring. Listening to Weezer radio in the background on Pandora. All right, are you going to make me do this? Yes, they are. I'm off, dialing it up to the cup. Y'all. Hey, get on the hole. 30% wind adjustment. That's 3, 4, 5. It's about a 2 ring pull. Need to hit it perfect, and I need to snap it off. Hitting it perfect. Get in the hole. Oh, just a little to the right. It's been like I need to do an extra wind adjustment on there. I was originally at the beginning of the week, I was doing a plus 10, and I was in about that spot, and I did a plus 20 and got a little closer. I got to 30 and started sinking them. And now we're right back to where I was at when I was doing the plus 10. Yeah, Dale and I were talking about, it's funny, the ring stuff, if you're using the app or if you're using the paper numbers and doing the stuff, the whole deal about the numbers for the wind, is you have to work out, especially when you're doing adjustments like adding on wind. You have to do that for what you're hitting and your clubs. And it's all dependent on where your base numbers are at. I use the old paper numbers. I don't use the app. And I don't have a problem with the app. I did use the app in one tournament in one of the majors. And I seemed to be like I was just like off just a little, and when I was like if I was doing the paper numbers, this is what I would have pulled versus what the app did, and it seemed like I was off just like if I used the paper numbers, I was off, and I didn't have. It's all about you have to have faith, and you have to have confidence in your numbers. It's like bringing out certain clubs. There's sometimes that I'll play with my Saturn, and people are like, "Hey, this club's more accurate," but I am so comfortable with my Saturn. And I have 100% faith in the numbers of my Saturn. And so it's you have to play with what you're comfortable with. All right, I will forfeit. Forfeit. Hole number 5. What's hole number 5? Hole number 5 is a par 4. I think this is the one I'm trying to get in my Hornet range. I'm not even going to go look at it. No, I need to go look at it. Got to go look at it. All right. Got to hit this shot perfect. That's for damn sure. Extra mile and a Hornet. Those are the only two things that I need. And a Kingmaker. And I'm actually going to, let's see here, on the drive going in. I'm just going to stick with the Kingmaker. That's what I've been using all week. It's not going to matter. The big dog's not going to come into play, but just in case, I'm going to switch to a Guardian. But it's Extra Mile Hornet. That's the deal. Extra Mile Hornet Kingmaker. That's all I need. Got my usual suspects in the bag. Dale and I were talking about the difference between tournament play and tour play. And in tour play, we are both absolutely on the same page. And that page is fairway to fairway to green. Fairway to fairway to green. Stay in the fairway. Okay, I'm going to do 3-2. That's about a ring and a half. I'm going to put any forward that I have on there. Put just a little teeny bit of left hand curl and just a little teeny bit of overpower. Getting it perfect. And just trying to clip the rough and bleed out there in the fairway. And give myself a nice shot with my Hornet. And that's going to put me right at about max club in my Hornet. And I'm hitting my Hornet at 1.1 per ring at max club. And I'm going to do a 20% wind adjustment. Oh, I've been doing a 10% wind adjustment here. I'm going to do a 10% wind adjustment. I've been doing a 20% from over here on that island. I was doing a 10% over there, but it didn't equate. Need to hit this shot perfect into the cup. I know that. See if my opponent can get out there. They hit it good to the right. Clipping that rough right there was the best thing that happened to them. If you're coming at it from this direction, there's a rough bump that you can do. I'm right at max club. I'm going to dial it right up to the cup. I want to be on the left, right-hand edge of the cup. Doing a 10% wind adjustment, that's going to make it 3-4. It's 1.1 per ring, so there's 3-3. I'm going to do a 3-ring pull. Oh, and I hit it great to the left. Damn it! Oh! I was running out of time there. I saw it clicking and I didn't want to look up to see if it said 3 or 2 or what it said on it. And I let it go by one extra time and I didn't want to divert my eyes and picked it up great. Not good. You need to get an Albie. You get an Albie on 6. I'm 3 shots down from where I should be. And I now have put myself in a spot where 7, you have to pick up the Eagle. So that means I have to pick up the Albie on 5. I have to pick up the Eagle on 7. I have to pick up the hole-in-one on 8, and I have to pick up the Albie on 9. And I put myself in a box where 7 is now so important that it's unbelievable. I mean, that Eagle on 7 is absolutely not a walk in the park. That is an absolutely tough Eagle to get. And I put myself in such a box that I have got to pick one up on every single hole that's left. And my chances of winning this went bye-bye with number 3. I could salvage out my round if I pick up the Albie Eagle hole-in-one Albie. And I've done that on all of these holes this week. So it's just a matter of putting 4 holes together. And I am starting to dig my way through the bracket. So every hole I'm starting to see some forward movement through the bracket to see where I come up. Let's see where we're at now. We're probably still in the 77 at 77. All right, maybe that's a little bit of luck landing on the right number there. All right, starting to see some upward movement. I have no idea what the people at the top. I never look to see what's up at the top. I go out there and shoot my round, and I'm not interested in letting my opponents affect my round. I'm going to take an extra mile 9, and I'm going to take a Guardian, and I'm going to take a Kingmaker. All right, let's get it done. Cannot hit a great to the left here. Need to hit this shot. And the deal is there's a very fine line down there. If you put too much curl on it, you'll end up, your second bounce will hit the fairway and you'll end up on the rough on the other side. You hit a great to the left and it lengthens out the rough and you'll get caught up in the rough. Normally on drive shots, if you set them up right, you don't have to hit a perfect. You know, you can set your drive up so that you can hit a great to the left or the right and you're fine. But this is one of those holes you really need to hit a perfect. 2-1. It's 1 ring. I'm going to put the power back in it. Just taking the side wind out. Just a little teeny bit of overpower and a little teeny bit of curl. I'm going to do a little more curl. Hitting it perfect. As long as that second bounce hits that fairway and rolls out into the green. There we go. You put too much curl on that and or you hit a great to the right, that second bounce will clip that fairway and then you're bouncing off to the other side. So there's a fine line there to get you out into the right spot. I could come at that and do overpower and try and get myself way up here in the front. And when we were in practice, I was coming out here with a 3 power ball and I was putting on overpower just to see like what the shot looked like up there. And you can get it, but anytime you can take these shots without having to use overpower, it's better. If you're doing it so that like my opponent's doing, that you can see they're in power because it's shaking, but the needle's not moving any faster. So, you know, where and they hit it just a little fat, and that's what I'm talking about. The farther you go to the left, the more you have to hit it through the rough, and it'll just get stuck. I'm doing a 10% adjustment to the cup. Let's dial that sucker up. And dial it right to the hole. going to be on the right-hand side. 10%, that's going to be 2.6. It's 2.1, that leaves me 5, so that's about a quarter of a ring. So it's a ring and a quarter. Oh, hold on. It's going to be 2 rings. That's 2, 4. I forgot I was in my Guardian. I thought I was in my extra mile. Oh, I hit it great to the right. It jogged right there. Oh, great to the right. And that's that little tail at the end where it hit and everything looked like it was going to go to the way to the left, and then at the very end it kind of hooked a little bit to the right. I've been hitting it perfect in here, and it's doing that at the very end, and it's like right on track. It's going in the hole, and then at the very last second it dives to the left, and it's just missing on the outside of the cup. Oh, so that's why I set it up on the right hand side, because I keep missing just a little to the left. That's how the round's going. I've been playing. I'm where I'm at right now is a damn miracle. I missed the shot on 3. That's really the only shot that on hole number 12. I didn't get the eagle on hole number 12, and that's really the only shot that I've dropped. And I haven't had anything special happen. I picked up 3 and 7 on the front, but my round has been. It's the front 9 was if you can't be good, be lucky. I had to scramble on a few shots in order to get up there. I hit a bunch of shots perfect going into the cup and just barely missed off the cup. But we're at the point in the week where earlier on in the week, I had a couple of holes I was hitting great to the left or great to the right, and it was going in the cup. But I've worked out that. And I've worked it out, and then I started dropping shots when they hit perfect. So now when I hit great to the left or the right, I'm to the point with the adjustments I'm making, it's not going in the hole. Earlier in the week, I could hit it great to the left or the right, and I still had a shot. That's not the case anymore. All right, hole number 7. This is my round is already shit, but hole number 7 is if I screw this hole up, I'm torched. I'm gonna go pick up. I don't even want to look at this hole. I know exactly what I'm doing. Extra mile, power 5 ball, and a rapier. Those are the only things I need. And I'd really like to not have to use the rapier, but there's not really any way around it. All right, let's go get this done. Let's go get the eagle here. This is super important. I mean, I have no shot at a win. I'm 100% positive I have no shot at a win, but I could stop the bleeding by at least getting this and then going into the last 2 holes with some semblance of, hey, I can go for it, because I've got no shot for a win. Three, 4. It's right at about a ring and a half. Put that forward moving wind back in it. Max curl. Hitting it perfect. Let's see if we can get up there and get as close to the green as possible. The closer, the better. I put a little bit of overpower on that and wanted to see if the topspin would stick, and I just barely hit the fairway, and it was that topspin is way too much. I just barely clipped the fairway, and then I ended up on the backside in the rough. So it's either take some of the topspin off and put overpower and try and hit the fairway so that you can stick it at the green, or take the shot with no overpower and try and bleed up in front where I'm at, and then cross your fingers on this chip shot. I will tell you that a lot of these holes I get into this range right here with my rapier, and I'm golden. I make this shot 95 times out of 100 on other holes, but this particular hole right here, this is no easy shot. If there was ever a shot I needed to hit perfect, it's this one. Hitting it perfect. Woo! In the hole. All right. We stopped the blood flow. I missed 3 on the back, but I picked up 7. So I like I said, my chances of a top finish or a banner are 0, but at least I can put myself in the top 10. And I still have 2 holes here, and I have hit the hole-in-one on 8. I think I've hit the hole-in-one on 8 3 times this week. I hadn't hit the Albie on hole number 9 all week long, and in my odd account, in my practice account, I went out there and I was still practicing. That's why it's a practice account. I never really care where I end up with my odd account. Sometimes I end up with top finishes, but I'm not concerned with that. It's all about practice in that account. And I finally made the last wind adjustment, and on the last hole, I was able to put it in and get an Albie on it. So let's see if I can get 2 Albies in a row. All right, I need to get the hole-in-one right here. I know that I'm using a Grizzly, and I'm using a turkey ball, and I'm doing a 20% wind adjustment to the cup. Let's go look at the hole just to make sure. It's the Casper hole, I believe. There you go, Terry. It's the Casper hole. One of my teammates calls this the Casper hole. All right, turkey ball. How much time do I got? Okay, I've got enough. I need to speed that up just a little. If I get to 56 minutes, I may pause it. I may stop this video at the end of this hole, and then start up another one for the last shot. As a matter of fact, let me do that, because I think as the video gets longer, it starts to get a little laggy. How much time I got? I got time. I'm gonna play this hole, and then I'll play the last hole as a single. All right, here we go. All right, 1 per ring, 20% wind adjustment, going right at the cup. Let's get down here where I can see it. I need to hit this shot perfect. I need a hole-in-one right here. I need something to get my spirits back up going into the last hole. On the right-hand side, left-hand side, I want to be on the right-hand side. I want to be right at it. Okay. 20% wind adjustment, that's 1.7, that's 3.4. It's a 2-ring pull, 100% accurate club. Need to hit this perfect. Oh my God, that has been my entire round. When I hit perfect, I'm missing. When I think I'm just like right off the cup. All right, my only hope, Obi-Wan, of picking up the shot that I dropped on hole number 12. And I didn't necessarily drop a shot. I know that that hole 3, hole 12 is, most people are looking at that as a birdie hole with an eagle opportunity. And I'm not looking at it that way. That's a hole that you can achieve eagle, and you have to get an eagle, and I dropped that shot. So my only hope of getting to the 26 is to get an Albie on hole number 9, and it's absolutely possible. But any shot at a win is absolutely out of the realm of possibility. that hole and not having picked up anything. I haven't picked up a single shot. I mean, I played the minimum score but I haven't picked up a single thing. I haven't had a single drop. None of the par fours, none of the par threes, the other two par fives, just everything's been a little flat. And on the front nine, I had to scramble my butt off on hole number 9 in order to get the eagle. I ended up in the rough on the drive and had to put myself in as good a spot as I could with my rough iron and scramble to get up there. It's really disappointing on these majors. I had coming in serious shot at winning this tournament and just have played so flat. If I'd have picked up a shot here and there, 12 wouldn't have hurt as bad, but not having picked anything up, it's not good. So with this hole right here at the 25, definitely going to put me in the top 10, but absolutely no shot at a win. I'm going to absolutely go for the Albie here and see if I can get a 26 and see where that puts me. But it does look like it's going to be a solid top 10 with a 25, but definitely, unless I can get an Albie right here, I've got zero chance of winning. And even with the Albie, since I don't know what the person at the top is, even with an Albie right here, I have no shot at a win, but I would like to finish strong just so that I could feel like I actually achieved something this round. Take an extra mile, a sniper, and those are the only two things that I need. Actually, I'm not. What am I thinking? I'm going to take an apocalypse and a sniper. Rose ball. Okay, let's go get an Albie right here. Let's go get an Albie and let's put a bandit on this bleeding and see if we can get a 26 and see where that lands me. I know no matter where it lands me, hole number 12 is going to haunt me. Dropping that eagle on hole number 12 is going to haunt me. If I can pick up an Albie right here, it'll haunt a little bit less, but no matter what happens, not picking up the eagle on hole number 12 is going to haunt me. But I am definitely capable of getting an Albie right here. And it's just been one of those rounds. I felt like I was on fire in the opening round, and sometimes I feel like that's okay, that's good, and sometimes I'm like, holy shit, I burned all my luck in the opening round. I shot that minus 15 on the front side in the opening round, and I was like, oh my gosh. I came in with the goal of just trying to shoot 14 on each side. And then I got on the back nine, and I went from minus 15 to minus 12. Or excuse me, minus 13. I shot the minimum score on the back, and I'm seeing so many people. I don't understand what everybody's problem is. You know that you don't have to put on that much topspin, right? It only takes 3. It takes 3 topspin to get into the perfect spot. It takes 3 topspin to get you in a spot. Now 2-6. This is the problem before, as I set myself over here. I need to set myself up. The wind's going to push me out here 2-6. And this is 1.6 per ring, so it's going to push me out into this area right here. So I want to make sure I've got room. I'm going to go to the magenta line here. Hitting it 1 ring great to the right, which is exactly what I did in the front. And I ended up in the rough. And that's because I didn't allow for the 2.4 wind. And where I was setting up was on the transition between the fairway and the rough, right there where the red line, so that when I set the ball up, I was actually in the rough, like right on the transition. You couldn't see the ball guide. And then the wind was pushing us out into the fairway. And we had all week long, we've had like a 4 mile an hour wind. And so it was pushing you out into the fairway, and you were good. It didn't matter if you hit it great to the left or the right. As long as you used 3 topspin, it didn't matter. If you used anything more than 3, you took the risk of ending up where my opponent ended up. But on the front 9, I saw that there was a 2.4, and I'm like, wow, that's a mile and a half hour slower. I should set up to the left a little bit more. And then I just did what I've been doing all week, and I hit a great to the right and ended up in the rough. If there's no other thing that I can help you guys with other than, I think, shot setup, I'm doing a 30% wind adjustment to the cub. Be out here about 3 rings. Give myself some room here. It narrows up real quick down here on this, so give yourself a little bit of room. I'm going to have to bring it in just a little just to get it on the cup. Okay, that's going to be 2 times 3 is 6. So that's 8. Let's say 2 9. So 2.9 rings right on the red line. Hit it. Oh, that's the story of the day, hitting it 1 ring great to the right. That's the story of my round. And it ends up 1 ring great to the right. So I ended up with a 25, and I'm thinking that 25 is probably going to get me a 5th place, maybe 6th, somewhere in that neighborhood. I needed to come in with a 28 in order to have any shot at a win. My goal coming in was a 28. I wanted to shoot a minus 13 on each side, and I wanted to pick up 1 shot. And I didn't pick up any shots, and I dropped one of the ones that I was counting on, which is hole number 12. So that's a 3-shot swing and putting me at 25. If I get a top, if I'm in 5th, it will be more than I deserved. I felt like it was a top 10 round, but it's definitely, oh, oh my God. But hole number 12 is going to haunt me. I guarantee it. When we get in here and we look at the score, hole number 12 is going to haunt me. How much time I got on my video? I got like 3 minutes. Okay, here we go. This is I had this tournament. It was in my I was in the catbird seat. It was my tournament to lose, and I didn't holy shit. Are you kidding me? I'm freaking speechless. Are you kidding me? I mean, we still have time. We still got 2 hours, so we got time. I mean, there's no way that's going to hold, but I am fucking speechless. I mean, sorry, excuse my cussing. I don't normally, hey, I have no problem. If you talk to me on the phone, anybody who's talked to me, and I know that the majority of the people that watch my channel are adults, and it's not a big deal, but I try and do my videos are more, I'm trying to help you guys get better, and I'm trying to do tutorials or educational stuff, or trying to pass on, some of my knowledge to it. So I try not to cuss on my channel. It's not that I don't cuss if you're talking to me in person, but I try and keep my channel pretty clean. And I am just blown away that I mean, where are we at here? They're at 15 at 12. That's a good round. Is that a good round going? 15, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. They'd have to shoot a 15 on the back. And they dropped 12, picked up that one, so they're kind of on the flat right there for a 13. I mean, maybe. 14, 15's out. 12, 14's out. 11, 11's out. We got a couple of people down here at the bottom. I'm not sure where that's going to end up, but I will tell you I'm absolutely freaking flabbergasted. And I will tell you right now that if somebody does beat me, it's going to be because I dropped that shot on hole number 12. Hole number 12 is going to come back and haunt me. But as it stands right now, I'm absolutely speechless. Wow. That is absolutely amazing. I got a couple minutes. So if the video just stops, I apologize. Hey, thanks for watching. I appreciate you guys watching. And I'm absolutely, I know what the scores were coming in my qualification round. I shot a 13, and I think I was second in my qualification bracket. And I came in with a 27. I was the top qualifier in my opening bracket, and I was the top qualifier coming into the weekend round. The second place person was at minus 26, and then there was two 25s, and there was 24s from there. And I've seen, you know, in the social media, I've seen 29s, 30s. I've seen those. And like I said, on my opening round, the front side, I shot a 15. So, I mean, a minus 30 is absolutely doable. I mean, absolutely. The only reason I didn't shoot a 28 is because I missed the little teeny putt because it's short shot. Go watch that video. But I was totally happy with my round. This was in my mind what would set me up for a winning round. Anything better than a 28, and to have come in like this with a 25, you got to be kidding me. Wow. That would be fantastic if that holds, though. I will tell you, if that holds, I'm going to be the most excited person in Golf Clash because after last tournament, I didn't even make the weekend round last tournament. Combination of shit happening at my house, and I really was, if you watch the stuff, I've been getting lag stuff for the last couple months, and it's been getting progressively worse. I cleaned my device off to try and get so that I wasn't getting lag, and I'm absolutely blown away. So I will come back here in 2 hours and shoot a video for the clan to show where everybody landed, and we'll see if this held. I'm not going to come back and look. I got another account to shoot. So I'll see you in a couple hours. Thanks for watching.